helped me in tough situations. So they start to teach you how to deal with those things and how to deal with them sober. So they're great. I wouldn't be sober without it. You made a decision that you are going to stop. This will help you with what you need to do. I remember when I was trying to quit or thought about quitting or knew that I had to quit, but I just didn't know how to go about it. So hopefully that will answer some of those questions. But you will start to see the benefits of living an alcohol-free life, or being able to function without drugs, or just whatever it is in your life that's overtaken it. This is really what alcohol is. It's overtaken my life at one point, and so I had to find a different way of living. I couldn't continue to live the way I was. My health was failing. My marriage was failing. I wasn't a good dad. I wasn't a good employee. So it really affected all areas of my life. So when we talk about recovery should affect every single aspect, every single part of your life. So we're looking at a revamp, look at it as a new you. It's your time to rediscover yourself and figure out what you can do and how to get you on the better path. So thank you for watching Recovery with Sam. Subscribe and follow along. 5 things you should know if you're trying to quit alcohol. Number 1, see a doctor. If you're a daily drinker and you suddenly stop, there's a chance you could have seizures or you could possibly die. It could result in death. So see a doctor, get some medical help. They also give you medications to help you withdraw off the alcohol. It's a big help. They can give you, prescribe you some medication that can help you in those first few days. Those first few days are huge in that it is really hard to not want to drink. They can give you, there's a medication, there's Antabuse, there's a few other ones out there that can help you stay away from drinking those first few days. Number 2, confide in somebody you trust. Ask them to help you take care of your daily life. You're going to need to rest. You are going to need to probably self-isolate if you're doing it at home. You're probably going to need to have somebody around to help you pick up the kids, clean up. Now, this is where you can. Obviously, in the real world, it's not always possible, but when you can, try to get somebody in there to help you out. Have them pick up the kids from school, cook you dinner, cook a meal, something that will allow you and give you the free time. Because in those first few days, you are going to be hating life. I don't think there's any way around it. Number 3, isolate and throw away all your alcohol. So probably should be number 1. Go through the house, wherever you are staying at, and just make sure you don't have any access to alcohol. Any access to alcohol make it really easy for you just to pick up a drink, because it's not gonna be fun going through withdrawals, or you're not exactly in your right frame of mind. Which brings me to number 4. Be aware of your mental health. You are going to be irritable, anxious, depressed. You're gonna you got to understand that you are not in the correct frame of mind, and you won't be for a month or so. So you really got to be aware of that, so that you can recognize some triggers, some things that you'll become aware of that if you're paying attention to, you can spot them. And what I mean by that is, say you drank at a certain time of the day, that was your time. 12 o'clock hits, you're taking your first one. 6 o'clock in the morning hits, you're on your first one. Whatever time it is, just be aware of those times. Your mind will try to play tricks on you for sure. One of the big ones is that you get 2 or 3 days under your belt and you go, guess what? I can quit. I guess I'm not an alcoholic. Well, um, you probably still are. I hate to break it to you. It's just, all of us have, all the people that I've met in rooms and that I talk to all have days, 2, 3 days a week, maybe a month here and there, 2 months here and there. But it always leads right back to us drinking again. Number 5, get into rehab or go to an outpatient program. These programs and rehabs vary in lengths. Rehabs usually stay there. It's 30 days, 90 days. I think some are a year, some are over a year. But uh, it's a big step, and you think, what am I going to do about my job? What am I going to do about my kids? What am I going to do about my husband? What am I going to do about my parents? What am I going to do about my brothers, my sisters? Whatever that excuse is, or whatever that reason is, rather, um, you really need to understand that this is a time of focusing on you, because you're no good to them if you're dead, if you are had a stroke and can no longer help yourself, if you can't take care of yourself. There's no way that you can take care of the people around you like you're supposed to, or like you should be. That is something that, like I said, is real hard to fully understand. But if you can isolate yourself, and get away and start working on yourself, you're doing a reset. Outpatients are great. What these programs do is they give you tools. They help you to recognize the reasons behind the drinking, the reasons why we drink. A lot of times, drinking is just a symptom. It's something that we did. It's something that I did to not feel certain things, to repress memories, to make me feel better in a group of people. Made me less anxious, helped me in tough situations. So they start to teach you how to deal with those things, and how to deal with them sober. So they're great. I wouldn't be sober without it. So those are the 5 things. That's it. It's just help, though. It's not a magic pill. Know that. And know that it's not going to be easy, but there is a better way of living. And if you want, you can always go back and drink. Drinking's always going to be there. It's in our homes. It's at the grocery store. It's in the restaurants. It's everywhere that you're at. It's so easy, so accessible. So if you want to drink, you can always go back. But I think you deserve a chance. And these 5 things here that I mentioned is probably within just a month or so. The first month, these 5 things is something that you want to get in line and get done, because you don't want to. You want to give yourself the best chance. You want to give yourself a good start to really tackling this. And then if you do relapse, it's sometimes a part of people's stories, sometimes a part of the deal. And as get back up, the cliche is get back up, but that really is all it is. It's easier to say than do, but pick up where you left off with your recovery if you do relapse. That's the most important thing.